All right. Thank you very much, Mayor. I would like to introduce a motion for discussion of an item under establishment of a policy authorizing hazard pay for OP's first responders. And I leave the details to be discussed if this motion gets approved. Just a little bit of a background. I think the logics behind this motion is on two important grounds. Number one is that it is quite obvious, according to the experts at different national and local level, that simply exposure is going to increase your chance of contracting the virus. And it's also quite obvious from many other jurisdictions that the first responders are at increased risk. And I would like to remind everybody that the risk of contraction of coronavirus is simply in the neighborhood of 3 times more than flu, the regular flu. And for somebody who's out there, it's definitely an increased risk. The second thing I would like to remember the council is that we just, by putting that resolution together, we basically verified that this council is in agreement with the fact that our first responders are at increased risk. And the last point of background and just attracting your attention is that we are talking, if this council authorizes this, we're going to be talking about a policy, a new policy. And I put that in the motion intentionally because, to the best of my knowledge, we haven't had such a policy before. And it is a very obvious function of this body of elected officials to discuss policies and either to approve them or reject them. So this, because it didn't exist before, I wanted to express my reasoning that therefore it's just pay attention to the fact that it's a request for discussion of a new policy, and therefore it's not something that has been categorized before under anybody's line of duty. So with that, I'm very much hopeful that the council would allow this discussion to move on. We have all received a number of communication from first responders, their families, and also the public in general, that this merits in their mind to be approved, never mind to discuss it. But I am very optimistic that you agree with the discussion to be done right away after this.
Before there's any more discussion, I think we need to see if there's a second. There's a motion to add a non-agenda item related to hazard pay for first responders. Is there a second?
Scott Hamblin, I'll second.